Thank you very much. So I'll also switch to English because I'm originally from the Netherlands. So if I would do it in French, probably nobody would understand me. So thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to talk to you about my project on breaching the protective cancer stroma with radiotherapy responsive liposomes. So this project really focuses on pancreatic cancer, which is a type of cancer that is still very difficult to treat. And part of the problem is that the tumor stroma actually surrounds typically the tumor cells. And so a lot of the cancer therapeutics that are used to treat pancreatic cancer actually fail to penetrate through the stroma and reach the cancer cells. And so ideally, the most effective treatment for pancreatic cancer is radiotherapy combined with a very toxic chemotherapy cocktail, which is called FOLFIRINOX. But again, these therapeutics have a very difficult time to penetrate through the stroma, and so the doses that they have to use to effectively treat these patients have to be very high. But of course, that's not really acceptable for a lot of patients which are in a too poor condition to actually receive such high doses. And so in this project, I'm trying to develop a new drug delivery strategy that can actually permeabilize the cancer stroma. Sorry, there's a cat in the way. So these liposomes are made with chemotherapeutics, and they accumulate in the periphery of the cancer through the enhanced permeability and retention effect. And then the second step is then to control the drug release from the liposomes using X-rays. And so this is done by introducing radiation-absorbing nanomaterials into the lipid bilayer. And this results in the production of reactive oxygen species by these materials. Now, these reactive oxygen species then oxidize the lipids of the liposomes, resulting in the release of the drugs into the cancer microenvironment. But at the same time, these reactive oxygen species also attack the cells in the cancer periphery, as well as the collagen fibers. And this actually makes the tumor stroma more permeable. And so the released therapeutics can actually penetrate much deeper into the tissue and therefore become much more effective. And so just to give you an overview of the research we're doing, of course, we're synthesizing and characterizing these liposomes. And we're doing biochemical and biophysical studies to look at the efficiency of ROS production, to optimize the liposomes for drug release, and study the mechanisms. This is done with Tristan, who's a postdoc on this project. We're at the same, well, yeah, in parallel, we're also testing these liposomes in 3D culture models of pancreatic cancer. So we're making 3D co-cultures, which are cultures that are grown on matrigel of pancreatic cancer cells, as well as cancer-associated fibroblasts. And we've previously demonstrated that these produce numerous and very large and dense tumor masses in these cultures. This is done with Nazareth, who's a M2 student on this project. And in the near future, I hope to also continue this research in vivo, which our team is really good at. So we have our optimal animal imaging facility who are developing these pancreatic cancer models. And we can do multimodal in vivo imaging to look at toxicity, biodistribution, as well as drug release, tissue permeability, and ultimately also the treatment efficacies. And so with that, I'd like to conclude. So this is really my project in a nutshell. I would like to thank everybody who's involved in this, and also the INSERM for supporting this project. So if you have any questions or are interested in collaborating, just send me an email. I'll be very happy to discuss further. So thank you very much.
I'm coming. Thank you, Mans. Thank you, Mans. Nice presentation. I was wondering which kind of liposome are you using for these activities?
Right, so we're actually custom designing these liposomes. They are contained of mostly, I would say, natural phospholipids. These are partially unsaturated, so they are susceptible to oxidation. So the reactive oxygen species, they can only attack the lipids if they have unsaturated bonds, unsaturated fatty acid chains. And so, yeah, we have to actually customize the liposomes to have maximum amounts of drug release upon radiotherapy.
Okay. Thank you.